Alright, guys, welcome to the 12th episode of the best ever Weiss Schwarz set review show. This week we have the Fruit of Grisaia Volume 2. As you see, it's me and Jason this time, not Tom and Yue.
Hello,
They've
hello.
took a little seat in the back now. Both of them are gonna try to focus on Vanguard content, while me and Jason will take up the helm for these Weiss Schwarz streams now. Uh, Today we have our distinguished guest, Mr. Dan's Ranch from Burn
Hey.
1.
Hey guys, it's me.
And of course, our newest member to the Strictly Broken team, Jason Malik.
Hello, everyone.
Is he saying
How you
something?
doing?
I can't hear him.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Oh, there he
Can you
is.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear
I-
you.
Weird. Okay. Hello, hello. I hope my
Alright.
mic doesn't cut now.
So I
That'd
think
be
we can.
cringe.
But yeah, definitely. This show cannot be done without our two wonderful sponsors, Mr. Brian Sun from Nova TCG and Taya from Weiss Tea Time. She's the one who
Oh,
provides us with all these slides and lets us do these streams.
Probably because this mic's so
Thanks,
bad.
Taya. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Taya. Here we go.
I know both of these two and myself has played Grisaia during the before I got hit on the last ban list. So
Very
most of
sad.
us here should know what's what for the set.
God, please unban it. Grisaia doesn't deserve this.
True.
Can't wait for
Free
it to get
Grisaia.
on the ban list again. Feels bad, man.
Honestly.
Jason keeps cutting out.
I'll just try talking up. Raising my voice a bit more.
Dude,
Might just be talking too low.
Mm-hmm.
increase your gains. Alright,
If
let's
it's bad,
start.
I will.
So normally these set reviews we separated by colors, but because Grisaia is introducing a new mechanic into the game called Link, we'll start off with this little section that explains what Link does and all the cards that interacts with Link. So Link is like a new keyword. Think of it like traits. Link itself has no effects, but there'll be cards that will refer to links through their effects and abilities. As you can
So
see,
probably not-
all these 6 climax shown below has the Link Seed of Blanc Ale. And we'll start off with the 0-0 Kazuki. She has auto pay 1 when this card is reversed. You may pay the cost. If you do, send this to memory. Then the climax combo, memory. When a climax with Link Seed of Blanc Ale is placed in your climax area, if you have 2 more climaxes with different names in your waiting room, and you have the other 0-0 Kazuki shown in the picture below, and this in memory, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of the following 6 card names. Either the Yumiko Gold Bag CX, the Makina Bar CX, the Amane Standby CX, the Michiru's Door CX, the Sachi Standby CX, and the Kazuki Pan CX. And during that turn, the climax in the climax area gains the same name as the chosen name.
This card is like 6 spoilers, by the way. Crab Hand Yumiko or Crab Hand Kazuki is pretty sick.
Oh yeah. That was a really good scene. And notably, if you have multiple of these cards, you can give it multiple CX names. So if you somehow have 3 different climax combos on board, and then you could just pay 2 and say, "Yeet, I do 3 different combos this turn." It's really good for the deck, I think. Especially with the 6 standbys. 4 out of 5.
Alright. 4 of 5 for a new mechanic.
Woo.
Alright, next we have this other 0-0 Kazuki. She has effect when this card is reversed and you do not have a copy of this card in your memory already. You may pay 1, discard 1, send this to memory, and if you do, draw 1. It has a climax combo memory. This ability activates once per turn. When you trigger check reveals a climax and you have the other 0-0 Kazuki and this in your memory, you may pay the cost by paying 1, discarding 1. If you do, choose 1 climax with Link Seed of Blanc Ale in your waiting room with a different name for the climax you triggered. Then place it on top of your deck. If you did, perform a trigger check.
might be like probably the reason to play Link in Grisaia at least until we get
Yeah,
like
this
a nice
card's
that we're-
cracked.
Yeah, this card's fucking
It's so
cracked.
good. So, because you're triggering again, the effect is actually net 0 stock. You're ditching 1, but you get a plus off of the trigger, and you get any plus you want. Every standby is 2 standby triggers.
H1
Or-
standby second card lit.
Yeah, and then any of the climaxes become a standby. If that's which lets you play 6 standby splits without actually being falling behind on board.
Trigger a bag, get a standby.
Notably, you don't have to trigger a link climax to do this effect, but you can only stack a linked climax.
It also has to be a different climax as well.
Mhm.
So you can't stack a Sachi standby with a Sachi standby. So it still wants you to have like the multiples in waiting room.
And you cannot have more than one of this in memory, which sucks, but it'll be fine.
Grisaia, heal
5
the
out of
memory
5.
PR when.
5
please.
out of 5.
Like heal the
Oh.
memory PR means that we can trigger multiple times in a turn. That'd be pretty sick.
Would break this card. Yeah, guaranteed recurring standbys, absolutely. If only we had better standby targets.
Right. Good. Next, we have the first of the 6 climax combos that goes with the link cards. We have this 2-1 Yumiko. When it attacks, if the character of the crossover is level 3 or higher, this gains 6k power, so it'll be swinging 13ks against level 3s. And it's a climax combo. Pay 1, send this to waiting room. At the start of your encore step, if you have the bag CX in your climax area, and you have 2 or more other Grisaia characters, you may pay cost. If you do, choose one Grisaia character in your waiting room, salvage it, then choose one level 3 or lower character in your hand, place it on stage in this card's former slot. Notably, because it has the link attribute, if you give your Go Bar CX name to a different climax, you can do this combo.
Gold bag or bag, but yeah, pool.
Pulsar.
This
But
card's really cool.
yeah, it's a really cool. I don't know how good it actually will be because you can't standby it out into the back row and then use the combo because it has to be in front row. And even if you do have the Sachi CX to swap it to the front, you miss the timing on it. So you'd also have to preemptively pay 1 to give the climax the gold bag name. But so I put it at 3 for now.
Right.
If the deck turns out well, it might go up.
Good.
Right, 3-star it is.
Yeah.
Next up, we have this 1-0 Machina. He also has the Link AO climax. When this card is placed on stage from hand this turn, it gains X power. X equals to number of your Grisaia characters times 500. It also has the climax combo. When this card attacks, if you the bar CX or the name of the CX in your climax area, you have 2 or more other Grisaia characters. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Your opponent chooses one character or event from among them. Add it to your hand.
I'm really curious how Bushi actually like values Kamome as a combo because they keep printing it, but like it's clearly meant to be like a weak. I think it looks like a weaker combo, right? Because they're it's like a combo they're putting on this as a level 1 combo.
You always put it on
I
like a
guess-
U or rare combo
Yeah.
slot.
Was the set 1 Kamome a rare?
Yeah, the set 1 Kumi was a rare.
Yeah, so combo.
Oh, okay. Well, it got demoted to an uncommon. On a bar with Link. I think the Link actually makes it more valuable, but I still don't know if you have room for it. It's probably just the 2, really.
Right, 2-star it is.
Yeah.
Next up, we have one of the more exciting combos. We have the double R 3-2 Amane. When this is placed on stage from hand, you may check up the top 3, add 1. And then when this attacks, if you have the standby CX or the name of the CX in your climax area, you may pay the cost by paying 1. If you do, this card can twin drive and gains the following effect until the end of the turn. When you trigger a soul trigger, you may deal 3 damage to your opponent.
Thank God this is a standby and not the door everybody was memeing it was gonna be when this first got spoiled. Oh my God.
Right? This would
That'd
be
been
so much
bad.
worse. Yeah. This is really nice, especially with the Kazuki we're going to talk about in a little bit. But Twin Drive to deal 3 is not that consistent, but when you're in a standby deck, you're running, what, 14 to 20 triggers? It becomes a lot more consistent. And then you have a failsafe later on. But the card by itself is probably just a 3 out of 5. because if you do whiff, it just feels terrible.
Notably, you do also have to pay one. It's not
Yeah.
the effect is tied to the pay one twin drive,
Hmm.
so you can't just attack and trigger a soul burn.
It does put you in pretty awkward attack orders, or can put you in awkward attack orders.
Alright, 3-star it is. Next we have the 3-2 Michiru. Continuous all your characters are Grisaia. This gains 1k power, so it'll be 11k cross turn. If you discard a Grisaia character, when this is placed from hand to stage, you may heal the hand. And at the end of your turn, if you have the door CX picture below your climax area and this card is in your front row, you may pay the cost by discarding one. If you do until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains 3k power and the following ability. The character crossing this gets -2 soul, so it'll be 14k on your opponent's turn.
I love me, and I like this card too, only because of Link. If this didn't have Link tied to it, this card probably be unplayable.
Next whole combos that don't come out earlier actually just
Now it comes out early with the combo. Pretty
With the
cool. Yeah, standby door.
Yeah, because it's really cool because there's one of the combos swap your characters, right? So you stand by this to the back or you swap it to the front and then you can combo out the same turn you stand by it out and it doesn't have to attack.
And all it was like pay one and then ditch however many cards from the combos.
Yeah, and then it's also a healer and it heals to hand, so it dodges the anti-heal. Overall, pretty solid, but nothing amazing. 3 out of 5.
Right, 3 out of 5 it is.
Good CX by the way.
It is good art.
Next we have a 0-0 Sachi. She is the climax combo at the end of your turn. If you have the standby CX in your climax area, and you have 3 or more other Grisaia characters, choose 2 of your characters and swap them. And she's also a tap salvage brainstorm.
I think this is like a really neat effect for a standby to get. I did realize it's really awkward though because it's end of turn. So if you have to crash out, you can't field swap. Or like if you get countered over it, because you need to have 4 dudes on board at end of turn.
Yeah, end of turn happens after Encore step.
Yeah, so it could be a little awkward. But I still think it's a cool idea.
It's a really cool idea, especially since it lets you standby in like a big body back row swap to the front. Or like if you trigger standby mid phase, you could reposition your board still. Pretty nice card. I mean that works. It's a salvage brainstorm, right? 3 out of 5.
Yeah. Or 3 out of 5s.
Yeah, nothing. It's all really cool when you put it together, but alone they're not really amazing.
Alright, we have this 3-2 Kazuki. If this card has a marker underneath it, it gains 1k power, so it'll be 10k with a marker. When it is placed on stage from hand, if you have 2 more Grisaia characters, you may choose a character in your clock and place it underneath this card face up as a marker. It also has the Climax combo. This ability activates once per turn. At the end of this card's attack, you may pay 2, discard 2, and CX on board. If you do, choose one of your other characters and stand it.
Kind of ironic. She has a pants CX, but she's not wearing panties.
And you can't do that.
Yeah, you can. It's right there.
Maybe she's like the strings that's super high.
You're very that's ambitious in your thinking. Notably, this is another way around anti-heal. You're healing to marker, but it only heals characters, which is probably irrelevant for the most part. And then this works really well with the Amane standby combo from earlier, because like when you restand the Amane, you can pay 1 twin drive again, and if you somehow miss the first twin drive, the second twin drive could also still trigger it. Overall, pretty good. I think this is a 4.
4. Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably the best of the Link combos.
Best of the combo.
The TLDR for Kazuki's, isn't it?
Like she's also pretty good even without
Without Link.
stuff.
Yeah, just has a top end, yeah.
We have not a combo this time, but we have a new like archetype type of effects that's going on that's only viable because Link exists. So it is 1/1 Yumiko. She's a level assist to Grisaia characters, and she has the brainstorm effect where you can brainstorm 5. Then if you hit a climax and you have 6 or more cards in your deck, you may mill all the cards in your deck except for the bottom 5 cards of your deck. Then if you have 5 or more climaxes with different names in your waiting room, at the end of this turn, you can free fresh. But in order to get the free fresh, you need to hit all 3 conditions from before.
It's like all three conditions immediately when it brainstorms, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you hit the brainstorm, you mill until you have 5, and at that, like as soon as that you mill all the cards, you check for the 5 or more climaxes, and not at the end of turn.
Yes.
So timing can be weird. Going down to 5 makes sure that if you play a climax, it goes in for the most part. Other than that, like free
No,
refreshing.
I don't think it does actually.
What?
I'm pretty sure it does.
That-
Because
oh,
the
no,
climax
you're
is
right. Sorry,
the
sorry.
climax going in is the
Mhm.
the very last
The very
thing.
last thing end of
that happens
turn,
in a
so your climax stays out. And then you get the free fresh. This enables a lot of cards later on, but like as a card, this kind of does nothing. It forces you to run 5 different climaxes at the minimum. So
Cool though.
it's 2 out of 5. It's you only run it in the with the other cards if you do.
All right.
The cards, yeah.
Go 5. Now we have the payoffs for having 5 or more different climaxes in your waiting room. 1-0 Machina. When it's placed on stage from hand, if you have 5 more climaxes of different names in your waiting room, you may draw 1.
It's a card. It pluses you on 2 out of 5. Not really much to
Yeah,
say.
you mill down to 5 or less to 5, and then you have to play and draw out of those 5 cards.
Yeah, 5 random.
Right. Here it is. Sag.
Yeah.
Sad.
Right. Next we have this 1-0 Amane. When it's just placed on stage from hand, if you have 5 more climaxes of different names in your waiting room, this gains 6-5 for the turn. So she'll be swinging at 11-5.
Card.
Again, 5 cards in deck. You swing in 11-5 for 1-0. Not much to say other than 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Alright. We have this 1-0 Michiru. When this is placed on stage from hand, if you have 5 more climaxes of different names in your waiting room, choose one of your other Grisaia characters. This turn gains 7k.
That stonks.
7k.
That's a lot of power.
You win what, 1 lane because it's only 45. I guess swing over 0. So
It's the same power as Omni, by the way, if you give it to itself. Oh no, it's other. It's only other. Oh, it's so sad.
I guess it guarantees your Machina body
You know,
cards.
18-5 Omni.
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. Alright, now we have this 1-0 Sachi. When this is played on stage from hand, if you have 5 more different climaxes with different names in your waiting room, until the end of your opponent's next turn, it gains 4k, so they'll be singing 8-5 cross turn.
I mean, they're all these cards are kind of on the same level. The draw one's probably the best one so far, but 2 out of 5 again. These cards do something for 1 turn, and only in that specific turn if you're able to.
Hey, this one's your opponent's
Hit your
turn,
brainstorm.
though.
But this one could plus you.
Yeah, for 1.
Yeah.
Maybe
85? 85 is pretty big. For a 1-0? That's pretty sick.
Alright.
Yeah, but
Here it is. Alright, now we have the last one that requires 5 more different cards in your bin.
well, 4 more, sir.
Well, this one's 4 more. Okay, this 2-1 event. Choose one of your Grisaia characters. This turn against the following ability. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. If you have 4 more climaxes with different names in your waiting room, you may heal 1.
So close. So close to being actually sick. Like the actual real payoff of this package. needs.
If you just got rid of the 4 more different climaxes and just made it like 4 more climaxes, this card would be absolutely
or if it
crap.
just healed literally anywhere else.
Yeah. Oh, because it's a regular heal. This probably ends up just being a 2. I don't think this is really playable. Maybe the fact that you still get your burn no matter what.
That was a
It's
UA
nice.
cameo, but we got a 2-star for this event.
Did he close
Yeah.
your Facebook tabs?
Yeah, let me close.
Hide the history. Throw away the
Alright.
computer.
And that was all the link stuff. Now we're
How
moving on to
exciting.
yellow.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah,
Yellow
go.
time. Woo.
First up was 0-0 Kazuki. During your opponent's turn, your other character in the front row center slot gains 1k. And when your climax is placed in the climax area, you may pay cost. If you do, look at the top 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 Grisaia characters from among them, Add it to your hand. This is often known as the Amagi effect. Hashtag, no, exclamation point Amagi.
Exclamation point emoji.
Really, yeah, it's
We
really
not
nice
add
to
that?
see it again.
We did not add that.
Oh,
I'm
cringe.
a liar.
I was baited. Anyhow, it's a Magi from old profile. I don't think we've seen it in too many sets recently. Cool extra effect.
It's I don't think it's really needed in the set though. The set doesn't really have issues with plussing or milling. The power off turn also doesn't really do too much. So like even I think another set would want this more than Grisaia. So I don't really see it being played at all in any deck.
8 choice maybe.
Not even. Because you have a lot of consistent combos already and consistent plussing outside of it. Probably just
Okay,
a 2 out of 5.
Alright. So 5 for the Amagi.
Will this be one of the only low-rated Kazuki cards? Maybe.
Right?
Next up, we have this 2-1 Machina. If you have 2 more Grisaia character, this gains 8k, so it'll be 9-5 almost always. When this is placed on stage from hand until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains the following 2 abilities. During your opponent's turn, this gains 2k, so it'll be sitting at 11-5 on your opponent's turn, and it has a bodyguard. This card also has the effect, you may discard 1 copy of itself when this card is placed on stage. If you do, free fresh.
I'm
So-
more hyped for the free fresh effect first.
Yeah. My issue with the card is you have to run 4 of it if you want to play it for the free fresh, right? So it's eating a lot of deck space. The other issue is that it's only 11-5 off turn. On turn, it's swinging at 9-5. If your opponent's ahead and just plays an early play in the center, it's usually not scaling it and it's really hard to get bodyguard off. But if you're ahead, I mean, if you're behind in damage and you hit 2 first, this is top tier card. So right, like, I'll just put it at a 3 for now. It might
Potential good swinger.
it might go up. It might be a 5. It might be absolutely correct, but at the same time, it might just be useless.
If your opponent doesn't answer this, it's +3.
True.
It is. You're right. But like, if they just do, and then you're like, oh, I did nothing.
The swing of taking too much damage.
And based on the log. What about
Yes.
my voice?
Yeah, your voice is cute too, Kevin.
Thank you.
I'm listening to it.
Alright, next we have the 3-2 Michiru. On play, if you have 2 more Grisaia characters, you may discard 1. If you do, heal the hand, and this turn, this gains 2k power, so it'll be 12k on play. And then the Climax combo, when this card attacks, if you have the choice Climax in your Climax zone, you may pay 2, discard 1. If you do, look at the bottom 5 cards of your opponent's deck, choose up to 1 Climax from among them, send it to your clock, and then put the rest in the waiting room. This turn, this gains 1k, so if you Climax combo and you just play this turn, she swings at 13k before Climax buff.
This is my favorite art in Grisaia. I love it. I love this art so much.
Art's good. Card isn't. Pay 2 Digimon's way too expensive for this type of effect. But like,
Yeah, the
And
one
the
in
play-
Memory Snow is only pay 1.
It's not as big though,
Uh,
right?
it's not as big. It has a different condition.
Also
You have to
heals.
pay 2 to get the rems needed to memory for the Memory Snow one, whereas this one you don't. But pay 2
This is what-
Digimon, mill 5, maybe put a Climax in the clock. Sometimes just pay 2 Digimon, do nothing. It's not consistent enough, and it's way too expensive to be tripled because it's a 10 stock.
Yeah, you resolve the CX, pay it out.
Mm-hmm.
So what's
So-
the rating?
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Happy hands.
Happy hands for Jason's favorite
She's
art.
so cute.
The 2 is only because of the art.
Two's
I
only
thought
because
the
of
2
the
was
art.
because of the choice. I thought the 2 was because of the choice.
Choice is also good art.
Take it.
Right, next we have the 1-0 Machina. She has the effect, all your other Grisaia character gains 500 power. And if you have a card named Feeding in your memory, this card also gains the effect Assist 500.
It's a 1-0, 500 front, then maybe global 5.
No, it's Global 5 always, but maybe 500 front.
Sorry, yeah. Kind of does nothing. You don't even have anything card to tap, like taps it down to abuse it with. solid 1 out of 5.
Edge.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Right, next we have the 1-0 Michiru. She has a change effect. You may pay 1 or add this back to your hand. At the start of your climax phase, you may pay the cost if you do choose the 1-1 Michiru with the black hair below. And then place on this on stage in this card's farmer slot. Then she's also a tap self-salvage brainstorm.
This says
I mean, at worst, it's a tap self-salvage, I guess. But you already have so many better options. The change target's kind of bad, so I don't see it ever being above a 1.
1 Sag.
Sag.
Yeah.
Next we have this 1-0 Kazuki. If you have 2 more other Grisaia characters, this gains 2k power, so it should be at 6k cross turn. And at the start of your Encore step, if the choice climax in your climax area, and this is in your front row, and the slot across of those is either empty or reversed, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 Grisaia characters from among them, and add it to your hand.
Nerf Toka still cracked.
Nerf Toka is still cracked. I don't know if it's cracked, but it's not bad. Definitely not bad. 3 out of 5. Getting the reverse with 7k is reasonable in 1 to 2 lanes.
Alright, next we have this 2-1 Michiru. She's a pay 2 second character anti-change backup with 2500 power.
Good Michiru cards. Pog. Stack counter. Pog.
2 for the cat.
Don't forget.
2 for
What?
that.
Don't forget. This is Grisaia's like 3rd 2-1 counter. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yes, it's the third one.
Third 2-1
We had
counter.
what? We had one that's like a 1k assist or some sort of assist.
Yeah.
Global
Global
1K.
1k. Global 1k 3k counter, and we had the free fresh counter.
Yeah. And then this is the first anti-change, right? Yeah. Not much to say.
Next we have this 3-2 Machina. Continuous. If you have 2 more cards in your memory, this gains 3k power, so she'll be 11-5. And on play, you may heal 1.
Oh, it's a regular heal. Which I don't understand why they give Grisaia regular heals anymore. Especially after putting a second
For the people that
heal.
don't want to play anti-healer, 2 poor to afford it now.
Can't say that, Jason. But it is an 11-5 body, which means it's not a bad card in standby, I guess. But for most part, the regular heal is pretty crippling in the set. 1 star, yeah, trash 1 star, move on. You're right.
Trash 1 star. That's bad.
Bad.
No, anti heals are like 6k
For a
for the
play
foil,
set.
and that's the only one that matters. Okay.
True, it's getting banned. They're gonna have to
Yeah,
play.
anti-heal's
No,
getting banned.
no. We already got one unjustified ban. Come on.
Yeah, unjust. This would probably be more justified than the other ones, to be fair. But
Just maybe.
Alright.
But
Alright. Next we have this 3-2 Yuji and Kazuki. During your turn, this gains 3k power, so on your turn will be 11-5. This ability activates once per turn. During your turn, this is placed on stage from hand. When the damage dealt by this is cancelled, you may mill 1, deal X damage to your opponent. X equals the level of the build card plus 1. So this is often known as the Musashi. Exclamation point Musashi. She's also a climax combo. On attack, you may pay 3. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent twice.
yeah, this card's kind of cracked. Second effect is also called Kokochino, you know? Musashi Kokochino that swings in 11-5, 12-5 with climax. And there's another card that enables it later on. Let's not talk about that right now. But it's 8 stock for double. 8 stock for double.
and double if you don't play another 3.
Yeah, 10 stock if you want to play another card. But double of this is kind of dead. For most
There's
people, I think.
Kokochino's in the forest and it burned. Nobody's around it actually burned.
Yeah. Oh, really good card. 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
One of
First
the best
5 out of
finishers.
5, guys.
Poggers!
We really need air horns. I don't know.
Yeah, we need.
Wait till I get back to category. I'll get soundboard.
Yeah. Technology's there, man.
And but you always leave. Right, next to this 3-2 Kazuki. If you have 2 less climax in your waiting room, this gets -1 level in hand, so early play. If you have 2 more Grisaia characters, this gains 1k power, so it'll be 11k cross turn. And when this is placed on the stage from hand, you may pay 1. If you do, choose a cost 0 lower character in your clock and place it on stage. So heal the field, and the card you summon gets 1k per turn.
Loot art.
Yeah, kind of loot art. Only Sama art. I like this card. It's a pay 3 heal the field, cost 0, so you can spawn like the Kazuki bomb, the Tuzo bomb, which is pretty good. 1k power is nice too. It's 11k base. 3 out of 5.
The red pill chump is Kazuki always gets good cards.
Kazuki does always get good cards.
Honestly.
True Tensai.
Alright, next we have this B2JB. If all your characters are Grisaia, this gains 1k, so it should always be 11k. And when it's placed on stage or by the auto effect of the 3/2 Ozco below, you may heal 1.
I like the tummy.
I mean, that's the best part about this card, the art. 1 out of 5. It's a regular heal, it's 11k, it's worse than the Machina from earlier. Not much else to say.
Big Sag.
DG go next. Cute tummy though.
Very good tummy.
Alright, next we have the 0/0 Michiru. When this card is placed on stage from hand, this gains 1/5, so it should be 2k. At the start of your opponent's next draw phase, if you're another Grisaia character, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's level 1 or higher, you may shuffle this back into your deck and draw 1.
This isn't the first time we've seen this profile.
Yeah, it's in Simple Gear.
Yeah.
And know what it does in Simple Gear? Absolutely nothing.
Like
1 of
dust on
5.
the shelf. Feels bad.
I think Kevin probably likes Kazuki. He seems like that kind of guy. I'm just a Mitcher sim. Mitcher and
Swatted. Kazuki's legal, sir.
Wait, I'm an Amane simp. Oh,
Yeah,
that's simp.
Amane's
probably
great.
Amane, and every Amane simp is a Kazuki simp. If you actually read it, sorry.
What did you give this? 1 out of 5?
1 out of 5. I don't.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Side note, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, next we have this 0/0 Kazuki. When it's placed on stage from hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Grisaia character, add it to hand, discard 1, and then it's a level 0 stock bomb.
It's a console. It's a bomb. 2 mediocre effects together doesn't make a good card. 1 out of 5.
M 105.
Good.
Next we have 0/0 Machina. When it's placed on stage from hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's level 2 or more, send to stock. Then climax combo, you may, at the start of your attack phase, if you win CX in your climax area and you have another Grisaia character, you may pay 1, discard 1, and choose 2 level 0 lower characters in your waiting room and place them on different slots on your stage.
It's a Buta that doesn't bounce itself to hand. That's pretty sad.
Very sad.
even
It pays for the climax combo.
Yeah,
That
even the
you-
review one.
That you have to
Like a
open
bomb.
up at 0. Timing's extremely awkward. You're not even
I
gonna
love-
have zeros in the waiting room for this card.
I love
1 out
squad
of
up
5.
combos though. Come on. Squad up
1 out of
combos are
5.
sick.
One out of
No, they're
5.
not.
Tepe
Dude,
Sag.
what's it called? The Chain Chronicle spawner like this is just pay 1. You don't even need to ditch 1. And it's on a stock soul.
Yeah,
I'll
but
say
who plays
easiest
Chain
tri-
Chronicle?
this card is the easiest tri-field of your life. All right.
If you have zeros in the waiting room, turn 0 in climax and stock.
It gives you a stock. That's not a problem.
1. Let's move on.
Next we have 0/0 Yuji. When it's placed on stage from hand, if you have 5 or less stock, you may mill 2. You have to mill 2. If you mill climax, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 Grisaia characters from among them, and add it to your hand.
I'm
Alright.
shook they reprinted Betty.
Betty, but worse. But you have JC. You can loop this card turn after turn. Still doesn't make it good though. 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Bullet.
Alright, next we have this 1/0 JB.
Ugh.
During your turn, if your other character in the front row center slot gains 1k in hexproof, and it's also a tap self-search brainstorm.
That feel when this card is an uncommon, but the
Mhm.
Michiru Brainstorm is a rare.
Yeah, the art on this is better too.
Gonna tell me.
It is.
I know, look at that tummy, that slit. Oh,
Changsam. JB
And
is so
then-
good.
oh the first effect does prevent your early play from being anti-change if you only play one in the center slot, which is probably the nicest part about this. It's just another brainstorm. 2 out of 5.
Makes it slightly easier to resolve your bodyguard too.
Slightly easier, yeah. Makes it 10-5.
2 out of 5 it is.
Yes,
JB
Luna,
is,
she
JB
is.
is hot.
She is.
Next up is 1-1 Machina. She's a level assist to Grisaia characters. She's also 2k backup. Huh.
This is the second assist counter we have in this. Oh, backup in Grisaia.
True.
It has a soul trigger. It has one soul trigger, just like its rating.
Go next.
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5.
Go next.
Alright, with this 1-1 Michiru. If you have 2 or more out of Grisaia character, this gains 1k, so it'll be 6k cross turn. At the start of your encore phase, if you don't have a rested character in your front row, you may pay 1, rest this. And then act, you may send this to memory. Then choose 1-0 Michiru in your hand. Place it on a stage in this card's former slot. If you do, put the top card of your deck into stock. Then at the beginning of your climax phase, you may choose this card in your memory and add it back to your hand.
Wait. Yeah. 1 out of 5. Wait, but can it send itself to memory and then just stay there?
No.
Actually?
No.
No. Oh, no,
No.
you can't, because you only pay cost if you have a 1-0 in hand. Never mind. Even worse. 1 out of 5.
1 out.
Even though the black hair is nice.
Blonde hair still bad.
All worse is sit, do nothing.
Yeah, do nothing.
Alright, we have this 2-2 Kazuki. When it's attacked, if the level of the character across from this is level 3 or higher, this gains 6k, so it'll be 13k against level 3s. And it's an encore.
This card is terrible.
One of the weaker Kazuki cards of the few.
Probably the weakest Kazuki card, honestly. 1 out of 5. Let's move on.
And there's the Tuso combo from set 1.
That's
Okay.
a lot better than this. What do you mean?
Alright, with this 0-0 Kazuki, maybe this is better. When it's placed on stage from hand, look at the top card of your deck, keep it on top or send it to waiting room. And it's check top 3, tap self brainstorm. So every time you hit a climax, you can check top 3 cards of your deck, add 1.
Cool, cool budget card if PG break. I guess.
It's a 5-card brainstorm, but the top trick 3 isn't really that relevant for Grisaia. Just a 2 out of 5.
Helps you find
No.
flower stand
Helps you find flower stand when you're running GC.
and bonder.
Alright, 2 it is. Oh. Next we have this 0-0 JB. She's assist 500, and when you play climax, she's a character given 1k. This is often known as married life.
I sleep. Yeah, 1 out of 5. Married life isn't really relevant in 2021 anymore.
Dodge. Is Koi not play anymore?
I
Alright,
played
we have this
Nisakoi.
0-0
I
Kevin.
played
JB.
Nisakoi.
0-0 JB, we do not rate vanillas, but we rate the whole package together. All the other 0-0 vanilla Asuko below gains 500 power and 2 soul. And she's also a ditch spawn to the Asuko.
This card may be cracked. The 1-0 UG might just make this package really strong. But I'd probably not, so 2 out of 5.
It's better than the Michiru
No.
Sachi one.
It's a 3 soul vanilla. Because it gets plus 2 soul to it.
Yeah, dude.
We
Soul
already
vanilla.
had 2 soul vanilla in set 1. Now we have
Yeah,
3
set one
soul
had two.
vanilla.
Yeah. But keep in mind you could have 5 soul vanillas if you have 2 JPs on board.
Granted, the back row for the other one was like a lot more interesting because that was a tobacco thing, right?
It was a pay 1 tap 2 tobacco, which let
Yeah.
you keep hand and also let you loop the vanilla itself.
Very cool.
This is a bonder, which kind of helps.
Also can get
I don't
him.
know. And hand. The UG gives it hand encore, which is nice.
You start for that 2 soul.
Hell yeah.
0-0 Michiru. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may mill 2. If there's a climax among them, this card gains 3k for a turn, so it'll be 4-5. And when it attacks, you may check top 2 cards of your deck, choose one from among them, keep it on top, send the rest to waiting room.
Doing her dirty.
You're doing her dirty, yeah. the card's really just does nothing overall.
Standby
1 out of
card,
5.
Kinda.
1 out of
Kinda.
5.
Force mill.
0-0 Machina, when it's placed on stage from hand, this turn this gains X power. X equals to number of your Grisaia characters times 1000. So if you have a full field and when you play this, she'll be 7k.
This card's
card-
real.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. I mean, she hits 7k, whereas like level 1 assassins hit 7.5, which is kind of nice. It can get you oversizes at 0, but you don't really have room for it, which just makes it a solid 2. Very solid 2, maybe 3.
Maybe 3?
Maybe.
Maybe 3.
Maybe?
I like it. Being level 0 is nice.
Alright. With 0-0 Yuji, if you have 2 more Grisaia character, this gains 2k power, so he'll be 4k cross turn.
And, Machina can answer him.
Yeah.
He's a 0/0/4k if you have 3 or more, which forces you to commit a lot to board. 1 out of 5, I think.
1 out of 5, Lucky Star
Yeah.
effect.
Lucky Star. Yeah, it is in Lucky Star.
Alright, we have the 0-0 Kiara, not from Hololive. When it's placed on stage from hand, you may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may, if you reveal 1 or more, choose up to 1 character of Machina, JB, or Kiara in its name from among them, add to hand, then discard 1. Often known as a Rize.
The name lock kind of makes it cringe. And those individual cards don't really make a good deck together, so it loses even more value.
But you saw Go Bar choice.
Yeah, dude. Mono Machina is like a real deck though. She's got
Mono
so many
Machina.
cards.
Yeah, you play Bar Choice Mono Machina. So sick. 2 out of 5 for being at least a mill 3.
At least a mill 3. But then you have to discard 1 if you don't hit.
Sad.
Sad.
Alright, this 1-0 Yuji. All your other characters of Kazuki, Yuji, or Asuko in its name, and Encore. Then this card also has the act effect where you can rest this, choose one of your characters of Kazuki, Yuji, or Asuko in its name. This turn, you can decide without soul penalty.
Actually, ridiculous.
Yeah, this card's cracked. So good. One of the best cards in the set, honestly.
Just because of Kazuki.
Just because how good the Kazuki cards are. Like, you have the JC, you have the anti-heal, you have the bomb, you have the Musashi, you have the Musashi Kokachino combo. Letting you side with everything profitably, lets you side into anti-friends. Oh, really strong card, 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Our second
5
one.
out of 5 common. Let's go.
5 out of 5.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
I don't see how this is a common, I really don't.
Yeah, I mean the same thing with the 2-soul bomb, right? It's like,
Yeah,
why was that a
Two-Soul Bomb was a
common?
common.
It's 2 best commons in the game.
Alright,
Up
next
there
we have
with-
this 1-0 JB. All your other 2-1 Chizuru below gains -1 level in hand. And all your other 2-1 Chizuru below gains 1k power.
It's your cheesers become a 1/1 11k, which is kind of nice, but it requires a lot of cards, a lot of slots that don't do anything other than committing to board, which could be good enough, I think. 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Yeah, you'd have to build it in its own deck.
Pretty much. Next to this 1-1
Fair.
UG and JB, what are they doing there? When this card is placed on stage from hand, this gains 3k power, so it'll be 7/5.
Mhm.
And when it's placed on stage, if you have 4 more Grisaia characters, you may stock a Grisaia character in your waiting room.
Just joshing around, man. So it becomes a 1/0 if you play it last. It's a 7/5 bond attack, which is just 500 more than that 0/0 Machina from earlier. As a soul trigger, for choice, I guess.
I just like that
not-
everything comes back to that.
Not much to say. You have to commit the stock. It's 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5.
Yeah.
Right, we have this 1-1 Kazuki. When this card is reversed, if the battle opponent's level is higher than their level, they send that card to stock. If you do, kick out the bottom card of stock, also known as a Dachi.
I mean,
You have
Yeah.
that exclamation Dachi?
it's just
Yeah.
a vanilla Adachi. Doesn't do anything
Do we have
else.
Adachi?
Uh,
We do.
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
It's yellow Adachi. It's Kazuki.
Probably more relevant than the blue one right now.
Yeah.
More decks, right?
Alright, with this 1/1 event counter, if you do not have a Grisaia character, you can actually play this from hand. Then you choose one of your characters this turn against the effect where it can't be reversed for a turn.
Metal Loop.
Metal Lupa.
Okay, I don't think anyone knows what Metal Upa does.
Just
I
it does
mean-
this.
It does this, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone knows what Stein Gate does.
I do.
If you have 2 of these in hand, you can play this on turn and make sure your bodyguard lives, you know, cross turn, because it's only 9/5.
True.
1 out of 5. You don't have a bonder to it.
1 out of 5. This is Pepe Satch. Alright, and that was it for yellow. Alright,
Good.
should we go back, continue on to green now?
Yeah.
Yep, the green.
Green.
We have this 0/0 Machina. Continuous, all your other Grisaia character gains 500 power, so global 500. And when this card's reversed, if all your characters are Grisaia, you may pay 1, clock yourself 1, send it to memory. If you do, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 character from among them, and add them to your hand.
Llama out of 5.
Llama out of 5, yeah. This is kind of seen in what's it called, the Kappa already with the Sheena. It's a plussing combo. It builds memory for your bomb. It's a global 5, which is really nice. So 4 out of 5.
Not to be confused with the Sheena Free Fresh from Angel Beats.
Yeah, Hanson.
Hey, I was the one who also yelled at him in Discord about that.
No, it was Ken. It was Ken that was like excuse me, what's a Sheena? I'm like,
Alright, with this 0/0 Amane, all your opponent's character gains pay 2 encore. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may put the top card of your deck face up underneath this as a marker. Then, when this card's battle opponent is reversed, you may send the marker underneath this to waiting room. If you do, this card is vested and sent to the back row, so it's like a self clean cut.
I like the art a lot.
Art's really good. Amane has a lot of good art.
I think
Especially in the
it's pretty
set.
cool, though.
I still don't know how I feel about the effect. It's kind of conflicting, right? It's an oversized that removes itself on turn. If you can, but like if you leave it in the front row, your opponent crashes into it, like with the reverser or ties it, and then it saves itself, which is nice. But it's not really saving a valuable card.
I mean, it's just guaranteeing a plus.
It's just guaranteeing a
Probably
plus.
the
But
appeal of it. Or it's like,
Mhm.
it's like making a plus more for oversized, making a plus more.
And then it's what? It is green, which is good because there's a lack of good green cards right now. It gives you a top check for the marker, which can miss, but it's still 35 without it. It's
It
fine
never
going
misses,
first
by the
and
way.
second. Oh, sorry, I thought it checked the character. Okay, it never misses. I don't know. It's better than I originally thought. Let's put it at a 3 for now, I think.
Alright, 3 out of 5
Yeah.
for this unique effect.
Mhm.
Next with this 1/0 Yuji. When it's placed on stage from hand, it gains 2k power, and until the end of your opponent's this turn it gets 2k power. Then until the end of your opponent's next turn, it gains the following effect as a cost 0 clock bomb. And as a climax combo on reverse, you may salvage 1.
Significantly more. Set 1 UG.
Yeah, this is so much better than set 1 UG combo.
Like both parts of Fate's level 1. Sick.
Yeah, and soccer bomb and soccer combo in one, kind of nice. But in the end, it's 6k, 7k on attack, and then a bomb off turn. Still needs a reverse. It's not bad, not great. 3 out of 5.
It's quite high in my
Pretty good.
pretty
Yeah,
good
it's
score for him.
3 because of the bar.
Because bar or bar
Yeah.
choice.
Our choice.
Our choice, baby.
Alright, next we have this 3/2 Yumiko. If you have 4 more Grisaia character, this gains -1 level in hand. During your turn, this gains 1k, so it'll be 10k on your turn. And when this card is placed on stage from hand, you may pay 2. You may discard 2 cards. If you do, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 Grisaia characters from among them. Add to your hand. Then you may put the top card of your clock into stock. And this turn is 1k, so it'll be 11k. Basically, this is a Koski and a stocky killer.
I hate this card. I hate this card so much.
So the forced ditch 2s can be really awkward. My initial impressions are the ditch 2 doesn't matter for the most part, but when it does, it'll feel really bad if you want to get the early payoff. I think at best it's an okay card. Aqua Healer's good, but at worst it's bad. So like probably a 2.
Notably, it's worse than Aqua. It's only 11k the first turn. So if it ever
Yeah.
survives, it's only a 10k
Mhm.
the next.
Yeah, so just a 2. Yeah.
There it is. Next we have the 00 Yumiko. You may discard a climax, salvage a character. And when your other Grisaia attacks, this gains 1k. So if you have 2 characters attacks before this, it's 35.
Forcing attack orders cringe. You have a better Ditch CX salvage in set 1 that's like on play. You top check, send it to waiting room. So one out of 5. The art is really good though.
Awooga.
Ooga.
Alright, next to this 1-0 Amane. When this card is placed on stage from hand, this gains X power, X equal to the number of your Grisaia characters times 500, so she'll be 7k if you have a full board. When this card attacks, you may choose one of your other Grisaia character. This turn gains 1k power.
I love the TD cheeser.
It is a TD card. The art is really good. It scales 2 lanes. Most likely. 2 out of 5.
Next to this 2-1 Michiru. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may choose one of your Grisaia characters. This turn gains 1500 power. And when this attacks this turn, this gains X power, X equal to the number of your other Grisaia characters times 1000. So with a full board, you'll be swinging at 10-5.
10-5's weak. 1-5's not big. Cost of stock. 1 out of 5.
5 it is.
Yeah.
Next up is 2-2 Yuji. During your turn, this gains -1 level on stage. And when this card is placed on stage from hand, if you have 4 more Grisaia characters, you may choose 2 Grisaia characters in your waiting room, send them to stock. Note that this card has 1 soul and 9,029 power.
I want it for just the spice of just telling somebody you're 29 power over. That has to be good. I can't see it not being satisfying.
I mean, at worst, he's a what? 209029 that gets hit by level 1 reversers. How bad could that be, right? 2 out of 5.
Ooh, not 1. It feels good, man.
And not 1, it's Yuji, man. Can't give Yuji's 1s.
Yeah, he's a level 2 cost.
Alright, we have this 3-2 Machina. If you have 3 more cards in memory, this gains 1-5 in the following ability. When this card attacks, you may discard 1. If you do, Twin Drive. And when this is placed on stage from hand, you may look at the top X card of your deck. X equals to the number of Grisaia characters you control, and add 1 to hand.
It's a top check X. It sits
11K.
11k, which is nice. Being able to ditch the twin drive can be relevant. Like when you play it with the 3-2, what's it called? The 3-2 Kazuki Yuji choice from earlier. It gives you extra stock. But doesn't make it that great. Still just a 2 out of 5.
Right. Now we have this 3-2 Amane. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may salvage 1. And when this card attacks, you may pay 2, discard 1. Mill the bottom 4 cards of your opponent's deck, deal X damage to your opponent. X equals to the number of climax milled, and in this turn it gains 1k power. It'll be 11k when you use the effect.
It's a nice detail. On play salvage. It's nothing new, nothing special, I think. It's just a 2 out of 5. I don't think you play it in many decks.
Maybe that's the point. This card
You
is
can
actually pretty
restand
cool
with
off
the
of.
Kazuki Pants combo.
Also pretty cool off of like to spawn off of the Yumiko 2-1.
Yeah. You want to restand and pay 2 restand, pay 2 Icy Tail twice? You're ditching 4 cards total?
Yeah,
I
dude,
guess you
come
salvage
on.
one back if it played it from hand. I mean, I think there are better level 3s to be playing off that 2-1 Yumiko.
I mean, no, I think off of 2-1 this is pretty okay, right? It salvages you another card back, and then it's like an okay body. Or it's still a 3-2
It's a
10k.
10k body.
Yeah, but it's a 10k body that gets to like attack the next turn Icy Tail. It seems fine. It was free.
I don't know if you'd be able to Icy Tail. That's a lot of stock.
2 stock.
Okay. Next with the 00 Yuji, on play you may choose one of your characters, gains 1k power for a turn, and it's tap self-salvage brainstorm.
Capo brain.
The Capo Brainstorm. It makes your UG clean cuts 35. Finally playable. Other than that, it's kind of nice. 2 out of 5.
Budget brainstorm, but you already have a bunch of budget brainstorm. That.
Yeah.
Alright, next we have the 00 Yumiko. When it's placed on stage from hand, this turn, this gains 1500 power. So she'll be 2500 power. She also has the act effect. You may discard one side character, send a standing character to stock. Then you may reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Your opponent chooses one character or event from among them, and then you add it to hand.
I want to like this card, but I know I shouldn't like this card.
Yeah, it's really kind of awkward because it's an act to send itself away, but then it gains power. I guess it gives it 2 modes, but it would have been really nice if it gave power to another card instead. Overall, this is like combining a hand of stock with a ditch to top deck 2, and your opponent gives you something. Overall, it's probably just a 2.
It's kind of like those discard one, sack self-salvage one, but instead of sacking stuff, it's stock. You get more selection out of that.
Your opponent gets to choose because like this effect, well, not the send to stock, but like there are cards that have on play ditch want to let your opponent choose one card for you already.
Yeah, it's in certain pocket, right?
But I wish
this rating again?
it would be a lot better if it gave power to a different card.
It was the Umi.
It was an Umi. Yeah.
Summer Bog.
This is a 2, right?
Yeah, it's 2.
Alright,
Okay.
2 it is.
Sounds good.
Next we have this 1/1 Amane. He's a mill 3 backup. 2k power.
Yeah. Mill backups aren't good, especially when you already have a lot of mill. Especially when the art's scuffed. Oh, 1 out of 5.
Art scuff.
Yeah.
The Booba's
Yo,
kind of
he
stuff.
said say it, Dan. 5 out of 5 for art.
If you like this art, you might want to just remove your eyes.
Whoa,
Wow.
that's pretty toxic,
Congrats.
dude.
Look, just look at her right.
GG go
Booba.
next.
Look at her right, Booba. Look how bad it is.
Alright, let's look at better art.
Dan's
Come on, go next.
Dan's a stickler for
Yeah, stickler for art.
anatomy.
Wait, no. I'm not the only one who has complained about that.
Alright, now on to good Booba.
Yes,
Alright,
this
next
this
Booba
art.
card. We have 2/1 Amane. If you have 4 more side character, this gets -1 level in hand, so it's basically a 1/1. At the start of your encore step, if you have another side character, you may pay the cost by sending this to waiting room and sending the stock zone to level waiting room. If you do, choose up to 2 Grisaia characters or the 3/1 event in your waiting room, add them to your hand.
There's so many issues with this card.
Not art-wise, right?
Not art-wise. Art-wise is the only good thing about this card. The event it grabs is bad. The card itself is only 7k, which is not good enough anymore. It kills itself for some reason. Kills the climax too. Kind of bad. Not kind of bad. Very bad. 1 out of 5. Yeah, it's very waifu. This art is really good.
1 out of 5 for the 2 good art, Booba art.
Yeah. Honestly, a waste.
True.
Alright, next to this 3/2 UG. For each of your regular side character, this gains 500 power, so it'll be 11/5 with a full board and on play heal.
We already have an 11/5 healer, and that Machina, that's not variable. It's always if you have 2 or more memory. So this is just 1 out of 5.
Alright, 1 out of 5 it is for UG.
Yeah, sorry, Yuji.
Now we have this UG, 00 UG. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may put the top card of your deck underneath this card as a marker. And you may, at the start of your main phase, you may, if you have another side character, you may send the marker underneath this to waiting room, choose one of your opponent's character. This turn gets -500 power. Notably, you can hit back row, and it's a 1k backup for some reason.
Yeah, this is the resonance target.
That's sick.
It's a
I love
sniper.
it.
It's a 0/0 counter, so you can clean
It's
cut off
lower
turn 2.
Kaiki,
You know,
dude.
He goes pew pew.
there's a card that does get that gives us 3k power. How many like it doesn't even remove most brainstorms, which is really sad.
It
even with 2, even with 3, it doesn't remove some
It removes
brainstorms.
the Psychono drop surge, dude.
Yeah,
And Wildberry.
very sad. 1 out of 5.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Couple
Very.
ones for. Alright, we have the 0-0 Yumiko. During your opponent's turn, if you have another Grisaia character, this gains 3k power, so it'll be 4k off turn. And when this card attacks, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Grisaia character, add it to your hand and then discard 1.
Notably, it
Heck.
only adds characters,
That is
and
how
it-
console works, yes.
and it only has power off turn. And it has to attack to get the console. It doesn't do anything main phase. It's kind of bad. 1 out of 5.
It protects itself though, right? Like it makes it so that it actually can like come back around and turn to console.
So get
again.
another turn of console, sure, but it has to. It doesn't get rid of anything, clear anything. Like I played with the what's it called, the Bullfree card. That's 45 out turn. That's pay 1 sack. Do things even when it lives, it just doesn't feel that good. I think. And I feel like this would be in the same vein.
There
Okay.
it is.
And where'd you go?
Alright, with this 0-0 Amine, she has effect when this card is placed on stage from hand. You may pay 1, discard 1, check off the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1. Also commonly known as Cosma. I don't think we
She's
have an
looking kinda-
exclamation point Cosma.
Face looks kind of dopey. I don't think we have Cosmo.
It looks kind of derpy. Her eyes angled kind of weirdly.
Alright, so
Means
angle kind of
Cosmo out of 5. 2 out of 5.
2
Yeah.
2 out of 5.
sounds good. Standard
Yeah.
effect. Not the
Mhm.
best effect, but it's you appreciate it if you're looking for it.
Yeah, not much to say, really.
Alright, with 0-0 Machina. When this card is placed on stage from hand, just choose the bottom card of your clock and a Grisaia character in your waiting room, swap them. And this card is placed on stage, even a Grisaia character. This turn, this gains 2k power, so it'll be 4k on day.
Just in case you really want to play 4 colors. Have all the
Yeah.
extra slots to do so.
There's no clock conditions, if I remember correctly, for Grisaia, so like that first effect's kind of useless other than getting color in. Because green is cringe in the set, but probably not just 1 out of 5. Well, maybe 2. Maybe 2, because it does
Maybe.
swing at 4K.
Maybe 2, he says.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2 for 2k.
2 for 2K, let's go.
True.
Alright, we have the 0-0 Amine. When you or your opponent characters are placed on stage by the effect of standby, that player's opponent may draw 1, and if they do, the opponent that drew a card must discard 1. It's also a tap to search brainstorm.
Oh. Card kind of sucks. 1 out of 5.
Yeah, I love anti-standby.
Anti-standby is just draw 1, ditch 1 too. Doesn't do it. Gets rid of your.
Standby when it doesn't
Yeah,
stop your
and-
opponent
Quote,
from standbying.
All it does is it
Symmetrical
removes
anti-standby.
climaxes from the deck.
Yeah, it makes you draw climax, feels bad.
Feels bad.
Alright, we have the 0-0 Machina. At the start of your climax phase, your opponent may send the top 2 cards of your stock to waiting room. If they do, this card cannot front attack.
Yeah, your opponent can also send you to jail for playing it.
Yeah.
That panty shot.
Yeah, it's
That
a panty
is.
shot.
Mm, not much to say other than 1 out of 5.
105.
Yeah. I don't like giving my opponents agency.
True.
Alright, this is 1-0 Yumiko. When you use this card's backup effect, you may pay 2 if you do search your deck for a Grisaia character. And it's a 1k backup.
This art just looks like Chihaya from.
She does look like Shihai in here. If you want to play 1K backup, there's already the UG. Switch is kind of nice though.
Kind of pogging though.
Yeah, 2 stock, 2 stars.
She's look at her. She's pogging.
Just pogging.
2 stock, 2 stars. Next, we have this 1-1 event. If you do not have a character with Machina in his name, you cannot play this card from hand. You draw 1, choose 1 of your characters. This turn gains 2k power, then you send it to memory. While this card is in memory, this card is also treated as feeding.
Wow.
Which is the yellow event from set 1.
Oh,
Yeah, 1 stock draw ones aren't what I call good. But there's this really cool 1-0 Machina combo that gains 1k per feeding in memory. If you have 8, she hits 12k with only need an 8 stock investment.
Hey man, you play sword though.
Yeah, I'd rather play this than
K1,
play sword.
Maybe draw 1.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
K1 draw 1 gets something 2k. Granted, I
Mhm.
guess sword is like permanent offensive 5, but that's sneaky.
Yeah. So the other one does refund, so you just hit, draw, hit.
Sick. Easiest fourth stock
Sick.
of my life.
Easiest talk of my life. 1 out of 5. Let's move on.
Sag. That is it for green. Right. Let's start with red then. First up with this 3-2 Sachi. When this card is placed on stage from hand, if you're a Grisaia character, you may put a card from your hand to stock. If you do, search your deck for an event and add it to your hand. This ability activates once per turn, and when you play an event this turn, this gains the following ability. It becomes a level 3 bomb. First bomb.
Best made.
Best made. 3 souls. Card is pretty bad. There aren't really any good events to look for. It's not a neg though. It's a 3-1 that you're not even on hand on, which is nice.
Was it a tap counter, money counter from set 1?
Yeah,
It's a tap counter. It's a
And
2/4 tap counter that there's no conditions.
Yeah, but you get stock for it. Like, it
Mhm.
becomes
Yeah, but
cheaper.
you also just played 2 stock into this card to search for it, so it's
Yeah, so you
Yeah, I
I
guess
guess
spend
you
one
don't
stock
really
to
have
search
any
for it,
good ways to
basically.
get events in Grisaia.
You don't. There's just no good events though. 1 out of
Tap
5.
1 out
Tap
of
counter's
5.
nice.
Feels bad.
Look, I don't want to pay 2 stock to look for feeding or cigarette.
Alright, next we have the 0-0 Michiru. She's a drop salvage on play. And also a free runner. So at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you may move this to an empty slot in your front row.
Kuming. They gave her a card. They gave her a real card.
This was in Precon. It was a Hatsune.
Yeah,
It's a
one of
pretty
the best
good
cards
card.
in Precon.
Yeah.
Cards.
Four
This
out-
card is insane.
4 out of 5. If it somehow had like it was playable turn 2, it'd be even better.
Wait, I mean, this card just scales throughout the whole game.
It does scale throughout the whole game because of the drop
uh,
salvage.
It's so good.
Nice
I love this
4.
card.
I don't think we gave anything high in green. Size.
Green?
Machina.
The Machina. The Machina was a 4.
And then did you give both? Did you give the EP a 4? Or do you give the EP a 3?
Oh, he gave AP.
I get the EP a 2.
Did you?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
The other
good.
thing
what
was,
it deserves. Good.
The 2-1 Yumiko? Did I give it a 3 or 4? I don't remember.
They gave it a 3.
2-1
I
from
think I gave it a
Yumiko.
3. Yeah, I can't
You
remember right now.
You gave it a 2. I think you gave all the links combos a 2 except for the restander, which you gave a 4.
Oh, maybe.
Oh yeah, I think.
Yeah, no,
maybe.
that's right.
I don't know.
Alright.
Okay.
Next we have the 0-0 Amine. If you have 2 Water Grisaia character, this gains 1k power, so it should be 3k always. Condition commit. And she's also on play. You may pay 1, discard climax, salvage the climax, so a CX swapper.
No, she's just worse than Chizuru, I think. The 3k power is kind of whatever. It also requires you to have a lot of characters, you know. 1 out of 5 just because of Chizuru.
Yeah, Chizuru has a check top 2 rearrange effect, which is much more relevant.
Yeah.
And like pretty much every part of the game.
Right, next to it is 1-0 Sachi. When this card is placed on stage from hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Grisaia character, choose one of your character. This turn gains 2k power. It's also a level 1 reverse bomb.
I'm pretty low on it. I wish they would have just made it like the Assault Lily one.
I'm pretty low on this too. It's a TD card in JP. It's a
You mean
double R in English. Kasumi. I don't know. 1 out of 5 because Kazuki Bomb is just better.
True.
True. Alright, next we have this 1-0 Amine. During your turn, this gains 1 level and 500 power, so it'll be level 2, 5k. And when this card's battle opponent is reversed, you may send this to memory. If you do at the start of your next draw phase, you may choose this card in memory and place it back on the stage in any slot, often known
So
as a time
glad.
machine.
I'm so glad my time machine can kill bombs without getting reversed.
I mean, only reverse bombs, right?
No, but it doesn't.
It still costs 0.
It doesn't matter because time machine goes to memory anyway.
So
Oh
yeah,
wait, you're right.
when it kills a bomb, it goes to memory anyway, so
Why do
the
you-
little +1 level means nothing.
Why are you so smart, Jason? True. You can time machine activate memory condition with a Kazuki Bomb. Dope.
Oh, that's cracked.
2 out of 5.
That's generous.
2 out of 5. Oops. Next we have this 2-2 Michiru. If you have 2 more other Grisaia character, this gains 1 level and a 3-5 power, so she'll be at a level 3 with 10-5.
Adachi bait.
Actual Adachi bait. Yeah.
It's buffed by 2k to 3s though.
Yeah.
Oh, it does get buffed by that.
Can't sit 12-5 only to get Adachi'd. 1 out of 5. Not having Encore kind of sucks.
Badge. Right, next we have this 3-2 Asako. If you have 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room, this gets -1 level in hand. And when this card is placed on stage from hand, you may pay 1, choose a 3-2 JB from your waiting room, and place it on stage in any slot.
Yeah, see, JB is a normal heal, so it's a you think it's a pay 3+1 until you ditch for your anti-heal, and then like, oh, 1 out of
Maybe
5.
there's 2 for anti-heal.
Yeah, that's 2.
Alright, we have a 0-0 Sachi. When your other battling character is reversed, choose one of your characters this turn gains 1k power. So it's like a revenge 1k pump. And you may send this card into waiting room during the attack phase when your other reversed character is sent from the stage to the waiting room. If this card's in your back row, you may pay the cost by sacking this. If you do, return that character back onto the stage rested.
Damn, if they use the 3-1 red event on your card, this can't save the card.
Because it's not during attack phase. I actually kind of like this card since it saves 2 lanes. Like your 1 lane gets reversed, it pops to save that, and then it getting reversed saves another lane maybe. But it really depends on the power threshold for the deck, so it's just a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Next with the 0-0 Michiru. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may choose a card in your hand and send it to stock. And this activates up to twice per turn when your other Grisaia characters are placed on stage from hand. This turn, this gains 1k power, so it can hit up to 4k.
You have other 4Ks in the set. If you play this at all, it'd be for like the hand to stock. Which is kind of nice, but not really, because you have other ways to get stock already.
Could be important in the 8-choice deck. If you're trying to play the Cocochino choice, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
1 out of 5.
Nudge.
You
Next
do
one
have
is
better
1-0 Michiru. When this card is placed on stage from hand, if you have 2 or more other Grisaia characters, you may draw 1. If you do, discard 1. And on play, you may pay 1, discard 1, search 1. So we'll drop search.
We get Hatsune drop salvage and Sumi drop search. Yo, they're hooking her up.
So, I really like this card, especially in standby, right?
I love the card.
So, because you're playing Link with standby, so every standby you triggers double standby, right? And this gets 2 cards from hand to your waiting room, so you can drop search for a target and then ditch it off the drop.
Foolish Burial.
Yeah,
Foolish Burial, anything you
that
want.
That was the Love Life Sunshine play, which got that drop search on the ban list.
It's a good play. It's a really good play.
And this is an uncommon, not a common. But yeah, Grisaia is kind of king of low rarities right now.
Yeah,
commons and uncommons are really strong.
They're so good.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Let's go, Michiru. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Better drop search profiles.
One of the best.
Potentially even the best.
Alright, next we have this 2-1 Asako. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may draw 2. If you do, discard 2. When this card is placed on stage from hand, if you have 4 more Grisaia characters, you may choose 1 Grisaia character in your waiting room, send it to stock, so it's basically a 2-0. And when this card is placed on stage from hand, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Grisaia character, it gains 1 soul. Notably, this card already has 2 soul to begin with. So we potentially 3 soul, a 2-0 3 soul.
I think
It's 25, right? It doesn't scale anything. Only reason that it's playable is the 1-0 Yuji that lets Asako side for no penalty and gives it encore.
I mean, this card could also realistically side level 1.
It could side level 1, it could side level 2s with ease probably, but like not being able to answer your opponent field is not the worst thing, but it kind of feels bad, especially for a level 2 card that's
Costa's
dead before that.
Costa's double hand fix is pretty cool though.
The double hand fix is really nice. Like I'm really not sure how to feel about this card yet, because it does require a lot of support in the deck, but the support's typically there already anyway. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Also
Yeah.
has gun at a 10.
Also has a gun, not a toy gun, by the way, a real gun.
She's a smoker.
She is.
Asuka's so. I love Asuka. She's so cool.
Yeah, she's sick.
Oh, this
Oh.
is a cool girl too, though. 2
Like her on
Amane.
Monday.
All your other side character gains 1k power,
Mhm.
and you may act, pay 1, discard climax to salvage a character.
And spammable, pay 1 ditch CX. Salvage is a good way to filter climaxes. Too bad you're not really running a lot of bars or pants. 2-1
be.
global 1k is nice. You could be, but for the most part, you're probably not. I think. Not much else to say. One of the few 2-1 assists in the set. 2 out of 5.
Okay.
That might be generous. But that's
I think it's
fine.
worse
The
than
art, the art's really good.
It's
right,
worse
Patty.
than the 3k backup global 1k set 1.
Yeah.
IMO.
Patty does make a good point about the Asuka though, that you need to make it free. You have to commit the rest of your board before you actually draw anything.
Yeah. You are right.
Unless you want to
But
pay 1.
or
drop
or
the-
you could just pay 1 for it, right?
Could, but
Not
it's not a
get the stock
costless
refund.
draw 2 drops.
Mm-hmm.
Right, next to it is 2/2 Sachi. For each red side character, this gains 1k power, so with a full board, she's 10k. And she has Hand Encore.
Typical standby profile. 2 stars.
2 stars. Next up is 0/0 Eddie. All your other 0/0 Yuji below gets 3k power, so those Yuji will be 3/5. And it's also a ditch bond to the 0/0 Yuji.
Sick.
Oh. You're buffing your counter on field. 1
Well,
out of
because it's a
5.
sniper, right?
If only it
He's-
made his backup 3k power more.
Yeah, honestly.
If-
If it made his act do more.
Or made
Or-
made his act minus
Or if
3k.
his act just did his power to something.
Yeah.
When you use
That'd
the
be
Yuji
cool.
backup effect, is something 3k.
No, just oh, that would be cool too.
No,
Yeah.
make it minus 3k instead of 500. That would have been sick.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Sadly,
Okay.
no.
Next we have the 0/0 Michiru. When his card's damage is not cancelled, this turn this gains 6k power, so it'll be 7k, potentially.
I love it. It's so good.
It was a what?
It
It was a similar JoJo card, right? It was like a plus
that
and
card's
0.
a clean cut.
Yeah, but it's a clean cut.
It didn't hit as much as high. This one hits much.
Yeah, so like-
This is 7k.
You either crash or you scale a 0.
There's also a
You
Fujimi.
can scale level 1.
You scale some level 1s.
If you have like a 1k assist to level 0s, you can scale 1/1s.
Look how menacing she is. That suit's thick.
It's a thick suit. She's pogging. 1 out of 5.
I love Michiru.
1 out of 5 it is. Next we have the
Base,
0/0
that is
Sachi.
base.
If this card is in the front row center
Okay.
slot, this gains 3k
Okay.
power, so it'll be 4/5 in the center.
So what I don't like about this profile is that you want to see it turn 1, but you also don't want to see multiples of it. So it gets awkward. 1 out of 5.
Yo, someone made a good point.
But what?
Amogus.
Amogus.
Oh, Amogus?
Amogus.
Amogus.
Alright, next we have this 0/0 Robbie. On play, you may pay 1, discard 1. If you do, search up for 1 Bush Dog platoon character or a character of Yumiko, Kazuki, or Yuji in this name and add it to your hand. And this card, when you attack, you may choose one of your regular side characters. This turn gains 2k power. So it's a drop search for with some restrictions and 2k pop.
If you want to play like straight Kazuki Yuji though, this is a pretty sick card for that deck.
Yeah, this card is really good
You're
if
really
it
trying to
wasn't
play
trait
it.
locked. Trait
Yeah,
only.
if you're trying to restrict your deck down, then it's
Yeah.
okay.
Is it better than the other drop search we saw earlier?
No.
No. And so it gets a good 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. Better than
Mhm.
what was the Eddie? Next we have the 0/0 Asuko. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may mill 2 versus climaxes. Choose one of your character, give it 1/5. And this card is placed on stage from hand. Choose one of your Grisaia characters. This turn gains 1/5. So potentially 2 1/5 pumps.
See, there's that really cool card in Summer Pockets that's like on play power, on attack power.
That card's
It's just better than this card. Oh, and it's also a force mill too. Kind of bad.
Summer Pockets was sick.
Yeah. It was a cute scene though. 1 out of 5.
Sad.
Next we have 00 Omine. At the start of your climax phase, you may accelerate by clocking yourself 1. If you do, until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains 1/5 power and the following ability: Twin Drive. Pay 1 Twin Drive. So she'll be singing at 3/5 cross turn.
Art's good. Card isn't.
Short
1
turn.
out of 5.
All these Omine arts so good though.
Omni Arts is so good in this set.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Except for the counter.
Alright, we have this 10 Millie. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may choose one of your characters. This turn gains 500 power, and the following ability: during this card's battle, your opponent cannot use backups. And during your turn, if she has the active ability, you can discard 2 cards during this turn. Gains the following ability: that when this card attacks, you may attack one of their back row characters as a front attack instead.
35 is good enough to clear most back rows, and there's no check or anything, so it 100% attacks the macro, which a few of the other ones don't guarantee the front attack in the
Yeah,
back
the
row.
other one don't guarantee, but the other ones only have to discard 1 card. This one discards 2.
And then the first effect it'll basically win you a second lane, so you are winning 2 lanes here.
It also makes sure that this card can actually kill back row as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
So,
want to
She's not particularly big either, so.
Attack a back row and they just 2-key counter you and you just cry.
Like, oh, okay.
You discarded 2
so-
for nothing.
So I do like this card. I'll give it a 2. The ditch. I don't know how crippling the ditch 2 could be.
It's expensive,
like-
but it is a pretty strong effect, though.
Yeah, in certain matchups, this could just win you games.
In certain matchups, and he'll just win the game for cheaper. Alright, we have 10 Danny for Danny Ranch. When this card attacks, if given a Grisaia character, this turn this gains 3k power, so it'll be 7/5 on attack.
That was so bad.
That was pretty bad. This guy's pretty buffed though. Pretty flavorful, right?
He looks like he'd own your ranch.
It's a 1075
Assassin.
on attack only though. Not much to say. 1 out of 5.
No, 5.
Yeah.
Feels bad for Danny Ranch. Next we have this 1/1 Asuko. During your turn, this gains 2k power, so it'll be 6/5 on your turn. And if the cost of the character across from this is 0 or lower, this card cannot be reversed.
Sleep.
Good CG though.
Decent standby target, I guess. 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Next we have 2/1 Lieutenant J. He is a 1/5 assist to Grisaia characters and has the effect: pay 1, rest this, choose one of your Bush Dog platoon characters. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, it gains the following ability: when this card's front attack, you may return it to hand.
This card's cool.
This card's a really cool card. If only Yuji had Bush Dog platoon trait.
The backup does.
Back with this.
If we have the good use, like if the 3/2 had it. Oh, this becomes a pay 1 plus a preemptive JC. 1500 front is actually a lot.
Yeah.
For a 2/1.
Yeah,
It's kinda nice.
There's not that many cards in this game that's straight 1/5 assist.
Usually it's like global 1k or something like that.
If the Bush Dog cards were like better.
Yeah.
It's really cool, Danny though. Danny's swole.
This card's pretty
Danny's
good as a bodyguard.
8/9K. It could be, yeah.
So raw 15 of the bodyguard.
But then like your second effect is dead because you can't front your Bush Dogs when your bodyguard isn't there. 2 out of 5.
Out of 5.
Yeah.
Damn, I feel when
Next
these
we have
Bush
this
Dog
3/1
cards-
event.
The
Now
Bush
play
Dog
this card
stuff
from
got
hand
more.
if you do not control Grisaia character. Then choose one of your opponent's level 3 or lower characters, send to waiting room.
No. When I first saw this card, I thought it was cracked. I was like, wow, a 3/1 kill opponent character?
Dude,
Then I
line-
realized it's a lion in the back and it's not a counter symbol. It was given that 3/1 kill of 3 is kind of broken on a counter, but because it's not a counter, it's a 1 out of 5.
7 Sin just did it better.
Yeah. The art's cute though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes you can kill something and just pay 3 on quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it's worth killing, it might be worth saving. Feels bad though. The bush dog cards got like
Right.
better star totals than most of the Michirus.
I mean, but Michu has the 2 4s, and that's all she needs.
So she needs a 5.
That's it for blue. I mean red. And next we have blue. I think you guys are ready for blue.
Yeah, nobody's
Oh
typing that.
yeah.
All right. First up, we got this 1-0 Yumiko. When a climax is placed in the climax area, if you have 2 more of the Grisaia characters until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains 1/5 in the following ability. During your turn, gains 1k. So when you play a climax, this card is 6/5 in your turn, and then 5/5 off turn.
7/5 with climax.
7/5 of climax.
Yeah.
Climax combo, when this card attacks, if you have the Pan CX in the climax area and you have another Grisaia character, you may discard 1. If you do, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose up to 2 Grisaia characters from among them, and add them to your hand. Often known as the Mashu combo from FGO.
Mashu, nothing right home.
Yeah, Mashu's terrible. I hate this combo.
You like the one in Bang Dream?
Yeah, that goes 5.
Oh.
I mean, I think this combo's terrible, and there's so many better options. Like, if there was
Is
a
there?
Pants assist. Yeah?
I don't actually think there's that many better options.
There's no better
Level
blue option, blue level
There's
1
no better
option.
blue option, sure.
I mean, you have what? You have Kazuki. You have
You
Sachi.
have Sachi. You have what? Mitcher choice from set 1.
Tobacco's okay. Tobacco's okay. I think I'd rather play Mashu. than
I'd rather
Tobacco.
play Tobacco than this card. Especially since it's on a choice, which is just like an infinitely better trigger.
It depends. I mean, this card has potential in like big link stuff, extra pants. But
I mean, the best part about this card is that swing 7/5. The combo just does not scale well into anything. Into late game, sorry. Oh, 2 out of 5 because it's at least a plus.
All right, 2 out of 5. Next we
It
have
may
this,
be a plus, sorry.
3/2 Sashi. She's assist 2k.
Mhm.
On play, you may discard 1, heal to the stock.
Mhm.
And climax combo, when your book CX is placed in the climax area, if you have 6 or less cards in your hand, if you have 2 more other side characters, you may discard 1 and heal to stock again.
Well, there's a similar card in Bunny Girl, the Koga, except the third effect is pay 5 to heal 4 from both players' clocks, which is like a lot more relevant than this, I think. Though this is still a good standby target, it still heals the stock, so it's still just a 2 out of 5.
Only this is part of the link stuff.
true.
If only. That would make it a lot
And you
better.
That'd be pretty
pay
cool.
1, discard 1,
Yeah.
heal to stock.
Yeah.
2, right?
2.
It's cute though.
Next
It
up
is
is
cute.
0-0 Yumiko. When it's direct attacks, you may choose one of your Grisaia character. This turn gains 1 soul. And to start your opponent's attack phase, you may mill 1. If you hit mill a Grisaia character, you may move this to an open position in your front row. So a mill runner.
Ooga. Ooga.
So, you do have a free run in this set already with the Michiru, but I actually really like this card as well. Directing for an extra soul gives you push, especially when
Card's
you're
really-
running away from things already. If they can't answer it, you're suddenly swinging what 2/1/2 following turn, at least.
This card's really it has like a good like second turn effect, whereas like most runners I feel like are just
Ye-
attack.
Yeah, which was the biggest issue with the Michiru runner.
Mhm.
Second turn, it doesn't really do much. So I do like this card. I don't know if it's playable yet. 2 out of 5, I think.
Right. Next to this 1-0 Kazuki, when this card is placed on stage from hand, all players result the following effect. If you have 5 or more cards in memory, choose up to 4 cards in memory and send all other cards in memory to waiting room. And when this card attacks, choose one of your other Grisaia characters. This turn gains X power. X equals to the number of your other Grisaia characters times 500, often known as a Shimikai.
I love memory, anti-memory in my memory.
Anti-memory and memory deck is pretty cringe. 1 out of 5.
Yeah, there's also a better Shimikai in DD.
There's a better Shimakai. Better art too. Better color.
Alright, with this 1-0 Kazuki, all your other characters gain the following ability. This card cannot side attack. And when this card's battle point is reversed, if you have a climax in your climax area, you may put the top card of your deck into stock.
Card's nothing amazing, but it's kind of needed for the Link deck, I think.
It's really cringe with 1-0 Yuji.
Really cringe with 1-0 Yuji, you said?
Yeah, because you can't
Yeah.
side.
You're right.
So you can't make your, you can't like use this card and then JC this card because your JC needs the open lane. You can't make your JC side. It's like actually kind of upsetting.
But this card can.
Wow. I'm so
Wow.
glad.
You're on reverse blind stock inside. 2 out of 5 because of the stock.
Right, sounds good. Next to this 1-1 Sachi, when you use this card's backup, if all your other characters are Grisaia, you may put the top card of your deck into stock. It's also a 2k backup.
Oh, I don't think there's a single stock counter that's being used right now, even though it's available in a lot of sets.
It's a soul trigger for choice. Most of them have better options
Yeah.
like Galifa.
Like
But
that's a 1-1
in
leaf.
choice, right? If in like choice decks, if you want to play
Mm-hmm.
card,
Most time you prefer Leafa though.
that art's
Art is good. Sachi's great. Meats are great. 1 out of 5.
ooh, okay.
Alright, we have this 2-1 Kazuki. When you use this card's backup, you may pay 1. If you do, choose this card in your waiting room, add it back to your hand. The 2-5 backup.
Guild counter. Ooh.
Orc counter, you mean?
Oh, was it Orc? I thought it was Guild.
Was
No,
Guild actually.
Guild?
Yeah.
But
Orc
this
is Guild.
kind of a counter. There's one in BD, and BD, like the
Yeah.
first BD set, was a tie, I think.
So
Pretty much.
I don't think you have any much worth protecting in here, and especially much in multiple lanes where you'd have to, whereas you do in Slime. So I don't think this
Bodyguard.
card is actually relevant for Grisaia. 1 out of 5.
Base standby though.
Sure.
Yeah, seen it. You're in the field. It's standby though.
Right, next we have this 2-1 Sachi. At the start of your climax phase until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains one of 2 following abilities of your choice. Either make this a, when this card attacks, this level crossover is level 3 or higher. This turn just gains 6k, so it'll be 12k against level 3s. Or you can make it when this card is reversed. If your battle opponent's level is higher than your opponent's level, you may send that character to the bottom of your opponent's deck. So you can either change it to a anti-change bomb.
So an issue with like a 2-1 anti-change bomb that does nothing else is that when you hit level 3, it's kind of gone, right? The second mode on this lets the scale into level 3 better compared to other dachis or similar effects, which is kind of nice. But I don't think it sees play because of the timing of level 2. The 1-1 Adachi is usually more valuable into the standby matchup, whereas this comes out too late. Probably just a 1 out of 5, maybe 2.
I like it. What do I know?
We'll give it a
What do
2,
you know,
the
Jason?
expert here.
maybe 2. 2 for 2 effects.
Wait, is that coffee, Jason?
Alright, next we have this 2-1 Yumiko. She is continuous assist 2k to level 3s. And when your opponent uses a brainstorm effect, if a climax is milled from the effect, choose one of your characters. This turn it gains 2k power.
This gaze makes
What'd you say, Jason?
like her glare.
Yeah. Oh, step on me. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
It's a decent card. 2k to 3s. Though you're not really early playing for the most part, so that's where this card loses value. The anti-brainstorm effect is also probably not that relevant since you're not really protecting most lanes.
Too bad. It's not for each climax sent. Give
Yeah,
plus
oh
2 to
my
hit.
Yeah.
Then you
Right.
can punish your opponent's
This
sack.
card's also Dude,
Level
come on,
3.
it's dank with the Michiru Tutu. It's a level 3, it gets the benefit, and you can make it 2k bigger.
Yeah, I mean, two out of 5. It's stretch 2. Stretch 2. Let's.
Stretch 2.
Yeah.
Alright, we next have is 3-2 Chizuru. During your turn, you have 4 more other Grisaia character. This gains 5k power and the following ability. During this card's battle, your opponent cannot play backups or events from their hand. So your full field should be swinging at 14-5 anti-backup, anti-events. And she has effect during your turn. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, you may pay 3. If you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent.
So this card is nice, I think. The anti-event backup prevents money counter, obviously. Prevents tap counters, so it lines up your attack order. But paying 3 is really expensive. And especially since you do have to reverse as well.
But it's likely you reverse.
It's gigantic.
Huh?
Reversing's not real, it's gigantic.
It's what, 14-5?
14-5
backup?
anti-backup? It's more than likely.
Like,
Doesn't stop Geld.
Okay, but Geld's kind of bust. That's different.
Yeah, Geld's getting abandoned.
And then what's it called? Like Miyuki's at 16k, the early play? With a back row?
I mean, yeah, sure, if you want to assume Grisaia doesn't play like a climax or another backer. Yeah.
And it needs
Right.
both to scale Miyuki. And
Okay.
what's the name? Shion too.
Sure.
So probably just a 3 out of 5. What's up, Hassan? I think. Yeah, probably Hassan. If that's not Hassan, then sorry.
Yo, Dan.
I don't know anyone else who names Hot Cat.
Alright, next is 0-0 Chizuru. You may rest this, choose one of your characters. This turn gains 1k power. And it's a spammable search brainstorm, so kinda like the Kaguya PR, it's like 20 bucks.
PR. Woo!
Wow, $20 cards. $30 card now actually is uncommon.
You said that one salvages, this one search.
Searching is less desirable.
It's cute though.
It's cute. It gives you infinite mill. I don't think you have issues with it. You do have stock issues in the standby deck because of the link package.
Mhm.
So I don't think you have room for this. Probably just a 2 out of 5. Especially since it's competing for back row slots.
Alright, now we have the 0-0 Yumiko. All your other Grisaia characters gains 500 power, and you can rest this. Choose one of your Grisaia characters until the end of your opponent's next turn. It gains the following ability. During your opponent's turn, this gains 1k power.
So good, but bad.
Global 5 gives 1k off turn to a single card. It's good Onsen art, but 1 out of 5. That's really good art.
Now we have the 0-0 Sachi. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may mill 2. This gains X power. X equals to the number of Grisaia characters you milled times 1000. And it's also a drop salvage with a 1k pump.
We've seen this profile many times. Saya, and I forgot who it was, but Bunny Girl also had this. It was a Mai. No, saying.
Mine.
Yeah,
Good.
2 out of 5.
That's because the other drop salvage.
Your
Still.
pots and they drop salvage.
Not as good. It's competing with too good of a card.
Next is 1-0 Sachi. When it's placed on stage from hand, if you have another Grisaia character, this turn this gains 2k power, so it'll be 6-5 on play. And when this card's battle opponent is reversed, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a Grisaia character, add in hand, discard 1.
Timing's awkward. It's on attack.
Hand
On
will-
reverse. Sorry,
Reverse.
not on. So like, doesn't do anything main phase. 6-5 isn't big enough to get over a lot of things, even with climax. 1 out of 5.
Next to this 3-2 Yumiko. If you have 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room, this gets -1 level in hand. And when this card is placed on stage from hand, you may draw 1, discard 1, and choose one of your opponent's character, bounce it.
EP bound. I don't think we've had one of those since Dawn. Skate?
No, Saikano had one.
Saikano
Did
had
it?
one.
Yeah, it's like it was a Michiru.
Oh.
No one
Michiru.
knows about it because you never played blue in a.
I
True,
played
true,
it.
true.
But yeah, it's a nice card. Depending on the meta, it'll see play.
In a world where you need it.
Yeah,
Being
it's
an
a really
EP
nice
is
card to
like-
have in a set. It's just not played right now, I think, because you don't need it right now.
Being an EP is really strong.
Mm-hmm. It's not 1, 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Yeah. 2-1 Michu, maybe. I can see that Michu probably being better.
Is an extra stock though.
Well, it's 2-1. This is 3-2.
It's an extra stock. It's pay 2 rest.
Is it pay to rest?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
the back row.
And this card, did that card have a body or was it just no? It's just bound. It's 10k. I mean,
It's 10k. It's 3-2 10k.
it's a 2-soul attacker. Seems fine.
Yeah. It's
Alright,
fine.
with the 0-0
Any color
Sachi, she is assist
Right,
1k to
any
level
color,
zeros.
like everything.
And you may pay 2, rest this, choose a card in your clock, add to your hand, and clock yourself 1.
Pay 2 plus.
Pay 2 plus.
It grabs
It's
any
hard.
card. It grabs any card.
Any card in your clock, so events and CXs in your clock.
Mhm. It's really good clean cut target. But it doesn't. It's not global 1k to 0, so it doesn't even give the UG power if it's attacking.
Okay.
So 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5.
Yeah.
Next, we have the 0-0 Chizuru. When this is placed on stage from hand, you may look at the top card of your deck, keep it on top, or put it in the bottom of your deck. And it has the pay 1, resonate the 0-0 UG backup picture below. And you can check top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 Grisaia characters from among them, add to your hand.
Okay. We do have a union combo in this set, so like we could pretend to be old Konosuba,
But you're playing like strictly worse.
but you're playing strictly worse cards, and old Konosuba isn't that good in 2021.
And this only checks 3, not 4, and you can't grab its resonate target.
No, it can. Right?
Yeah, you have to-
He's a
no, no, no.
Grisaia.
Because you have to play the other bonder to bond to your resonate, whereas Union.
Oh, sorry, that's
Grabs
what you mean. Yeah,
card,
no,
yeah.
I meant like I thought you were talking about off the resonate for a second.
Oh.
Yeah. Though the first effect does not put Eugene to waiting room. It's top or bottom. Yeah, cards whatever. 1 out of 5.
Badge 1.
Sag 1. Yeah.
Next, we have the 0-0 Kazuki. If this card is in memory, if either player puts a card from their clock into waiting room via their own effects, that player may discard 1. If they do not, the player must put the top card of their deck into the clock. So an anti-heal, ditch anti-heal. And she's the effect, pay 2, send this to memory, draw 1. Your replacement for when the other anti-heal is banned.
Soon to be 5-star.
Soon to be 5-star. It's a good clean cut target. Yuji lets it slide and encore it. So it technically becomes a pay 1, ditch 1, send a memory, then you draw 1. Oh,
Ditch
no.
1, draw 1. Sick.
Yeah. Not really many merits right now. 2 out of 5.
Parentheses 5.
1-0 Chizuru. During your turn, all your other Grisaia character gains 1k power. When a climax is placed in your climax area, choose one of your characters. This turn gains 1k power.
This art is adorable. It's so good. So cute.
My
Thanks.
teacher can't be this cute.
Just
Yes,
like
you
the
can.
effect. The effect does. It's a married life that one global 1k on turn. I don't think you really have power issues. You don't really need to discard 1 out of 5. They ban both of them? No, Tom.
No.
No, Tom.
Never.
What has Grisaia done to you? Come on.
Alright, this is 1-0 Yumiko. For each of your other Grisaia character, this gains 500 power, so she'll be 6-5 or full board, often known as a Taige for Umi.
You know, this profile used to be meta when Guilty Crown was played.
Yeah, it wasn't even
But,
meta when Guilty Crown was played. It's like
but-
meta when Love Life set 1.
Feels Taige. Good art though. 1 out of 5.
Oh. 1-2 DuPont. For each of your opponent's back row character, this gains 1k power. If your opponent has a character with Yuji in his name, so in a mirror match, this card gains Bodyguard. It'll be 8k Bodyguard, potentially.
See. This kind of reminded me of Death Gun style where you give traits to your opponent's characters. It's been really cool. if you give one of your opponent's characters Yuji somehow,
Yeah.
but you
don't.
can't.
This
It's a
is like
1/1
this is
soul.
like a sideboard for this unsidable board game.
Right, 1/1 soul, 8k. Well, modular power that your opponent has agency over feels really bad. 1 out of 5.
Well, even if your opponent does have a UG, this card is like pretty bad.
Yeah,
It's like
even when he
8k.
has a
Your opponent can easily scale over this.
Mhm.
It doesn't even gain the soul.
Dude, Yuji combo can't scale over it and can't bomb it.
Yeah, it can. It has fucking Shimakai.
No, like the combo itself can't. It's only 7. It's gonna be 8k if they have 2.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, next we have this 2-1 Chizuru. If you have the other 1-0 JB, this gains 3k power, so it'll be 10k by herself, but she gains the 1k from the JB, so she'll be 11k.
Yeah, this is 11k. Kind of nice. A lot of deck slots. You'd have to build around it, which makes it just a 2 out of 5.
Matching art though, cute. On the next week.
It is adorable art.
We have this 3-2 Heath also, whatever.
Also,
If you have no other character, this card gains 10k power
Right.
and 2 soul. And the
pretty sure
following
it was
ability,
Oslo.
when this card's
I'm pretty
battle
sure
point
it's
is
Oslo.
reversed,
It
you
is-
may
it is
clock
Oslo.
kick
it's
it.
Oslo.
But
Oslo?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oslo.
Oslo.
I'm like
So it'll be 19-5 with 4 soul. If it's by itself.
this card's OP. Card's so
It has a
good.
Notably-
Climax combo. At the beginning of your attack phase, you may pay 2, send a bar from the 1-0 combo in your climax area to the waiting room. If you do, all players send all level 3 or lower characters to the waiting room besides this card and a card across from this. So you can clock kick it, obviously.
So you can clock kick
I love
what?
it. So you can clock kick the card that
Oh,
stays
shit.
there, so you have the clock kick effect.
Yeah. Well, start of
love
attack
it.
phase, so it does dodge Meliodas. Because he disappears before you attack into him. This card is bad. It's weaker than Reinhardt. This card can be winded.
Yo,
Not
but
much
if
else
you
to say.
swing and you trigger a soul, you trigger 2 soul, you'll swing for 6. If it sticks in the clock kick, you'll kill them from 3-0.
Yeah, dude, totally. 1 out of
Yeah.
5.
And that's all for blue, but we have only one promo card because this set did not get any box topper PRs.
Because we got the cute swimsuit OFR.
All
It
the,
got
all the,
the O-
all the
art.
box topper PRs in the set is like alternate arts of the double Rs we saw earlier. So we only have
Okay.
one new promo. Go right into that right away. So the release tournament promo 1-0 Kazuki. During your turn, if all your characters are Grisaia, this gains 2k power, so it'll be 6-5. And when your other Grisaia character gets front attack, you may sack this. If you do choose one of your battling characters, this turn gains 1-5, so it's a 1-5 PO counter.
Oh wait, you told me this was a card encore. This card's so
Yeah,
much
I
better.
don't remember, dude. This card was
This
unrememberable.
this card's so much better. The reason from Gochi's crack.
I don't know. I don't like this card. It just doesn't feel that useful. 1/5 is kind of low.
I mean, it's a 1-2 character.
Yeah, man, it's not like Geld gives 4k.
It's one of those cards. I think that when you play with it, it's like it feels a lot better than it. Like I played with it in Gochi. Actually, like
Well,
because it wins the lane and then it gets a counter.
it's not like this interferes with JC. It just saves a lane that JC can't, right? It doesn't cost stock. The 6/5 on-turn power is made to win the lane.
You can also make it side with.
You could also just make it side with UG, but then
And you
I
can
don't know
hand
how
on
I feel about
quarterback.
yeah. You can hand on quarterback, so you can do it again. 2 out of 5.
All right, that is all. Can't scroll anymore. There's
Can't
a
scroll
page for
anymore.
these things.
Wow.
Slide number 1. All right, that is it for our 12th episode of the best ever Weiss Schwarz set review show without Tom and Yue. First time with me and Jason as the host, even though Jason didn't talk that much.
I thought I was talking. Maybe it just wasn't picking up my mic. My mic's bad.
Thanks to our guest, Mr. Dan's Ranch from Burn 1, the team that Jason was on.
True.
You hear you laughing.
God, you didn't need to bring that up, Kevin.
That was kind of toxic, like, actually.
Yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors, Nova TCG and Weiss Tea Time for providing us with these slides.
Be sure to check out Nova TCG for all your JP single needs. They do pre-order playsets as well.
So, once he goes back to Calgary, you can probably expect that.
Now we're about to end it here.
Hey guys.
Bye, UA.
Bye, everybody.
All right, see you guys. I'll end the stream here.